Travel Robot Presence. Top 10 Things to Do in Greenland. Hey, in this video we are going to talk about the top 10 things to do in Greenland. Greenland is a Danish territory, with Denmark having granted its home rule in 1979. Since a majority of the population is Inuit, the culture of Greenland is mainly dominated by Inuit beliefs and practices. However, the rest of the populace includes the descendants of Norse colonists and is associated with the Lutheran Church. Therefore, it is a mix of traditional Inuit and Scandinavian cultures. 17,000 people are settled in the capital city of Nuuk. Subsequently, icebergs and glaciers make for the highlight of this country and contribute to its ethereal beauty. The inhabitants of Greenland are the various immigrated people who possess unparalleled abilities that help them survive unusual temperatures. So before starting this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Let's get started. Number 10. Ilulissat Icefjord. Huge glaciers calve, which is a term for when icebergs break off from the glaciers and float out into the coastal waters, in this stunning berg-strewn part of shoreline in Disko Bay, making it deservedly Greenland's most visited region and a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2004. If you're fortunate enough to arrive at the proper time, this is the ideal location to see this breathtaking natural wonder. It may be observed from land, unlike other ice fjords in Greenland. The enormous Sermermiut glacier feeds into the bay and flows at a pace of roughly 25 meters, 82 feet, per day. It is more than 5 kilometers wide and 1 kilometer thick. Prepare yourself for breathtaking scenery and nature at its most majestic. Disko Bay is remarkable for its historical value as the location of Erik the Red's colony in 985 CE. Visit the Emanuel A. Peterson Art Museum in Ilulissat to view the collection of Greenland paintings. Number 9. Disko Bay. Occupying the western coast of Greenland, this bay has historical significance, as it was at this place Erik the Red, a Norse explorer, first started a settlement in 985 AD. The Inuits, however, are said to have encountered Disko Bay even earlier than 2400 BC. The nutritious waters make it a habitat conducive to the survival of a wide array of marine lives such as benthic and pelagic fishes. During springtime, you can even catch a glimpse of the bowhead, humpback pillow, killer, and narwhal whales. It is also the site where you can view gulls, kittiwakes, cormorants, eider ducks, and migratory birds such as harp, bearded, ringed, and hooded seals. The tours would last either 3 hours or as long as an entire week. Number 8. Knud Rasmussen's Museum. Located in Ilulissat, this museum, dedicated to the memory and contributions of Danish explorer Knud Rasmussen, was also his birthplace and is one of the famous places to visit in Greenland. It was also where Rasmussen spent his time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to immerse himself in his work and the tranquil solace the environment offered. Built in 1917, the architect Helge Boysen Mahler was inspired by the style of English cottages. After gathering stones from many different places, Memorial Cairn was raised on a hill overlooking the house in honor of Rasmussen's achievements. Number 7. Dog sledding and snowmobile tours. In the winter, the most common mode of transportation in Greenland is dog sledding. In addition to being a mode of transportation, it is a lot of fun. A tour by dog sled or a snowmobile adventure is the greatest way to discover the nation's distinctive natural environment while there is snow on the ground. Without a doubt, exploring the wild landscape is one of the top things to do in Greenland. Naturally, dog sled tours and snowmobile excursions take place during the winter. In Greenland, February to April is the ideal period to experience dog sledding. Dog sledding is only available in the summer on the Lingmark Glacier on Disko Island. Disko Bay, Tasiusek Fjord, Qaqortoq, and Fjord are some of the most sought-after destinations for exploration. All around Greenland, there are a lot of travel businesses that provide excursions for various price ranges. Number 6. UNESCO Hike to Sermermiut Valley. This hike is a must-do for every guest visiting Ilulissat. Your guide will take you to one of the planet's most beautiful places. We will walk through the Sermermiut Valley UNESCO, where you can see the remaining of the old settlements dating more than 4,500 years back in time and continuing to the viewpoint. The amazing icebergs will take your breath away. You will meet our guide at the centrally located Hotel Vidfok during winter time, or at our Ilulissat adventure office at the town square during summer. And from there, you will continue on foot with your experienced hiking guide towards the UNESCO site on a route that will lead you to the amazing viewpoint of the ice fjord located in the outskirts of town. From here, you will have a breathtaking view of the icebergs. It is a rather easy hike, approximately 4 kilometers total, but you have to be able to walk uphill, walk on uneven terrain and climb a few stairs in order to get the best of the tour. Number 5. Viking ruins. A number of Viking ruins still standing in the southern region of the nation from before they eerily and mysteriously vanished from it. Visit these ruins to see how settlements held on for hundreds of years before eventually vanishing from the map. The remains of Erik the Red's 1,000-year-old Norse colonies are among the most well-liked sights to view in southern Greenland. Around 5,000 Norsemen are thought to have resided in all of Greenland at one time. The reason for the community's demise is yet unknown. A trip to the locations of the ruins is a fascinating look back into the lives of these hardy gatherers and hunters. The Fjord Church, the oldest in Greenland and a must-see, and Brattahlid near the town of Qaqortoq, can both be reached by boat in 20 minutes from the Narsarsuaq International Airport. Number 4. Qaqortoq Museum. The Qaqortoq Museum, housed in an 1804 building that formerly served as the Julianeb colony manager's residence, features relics from the Dorset, Thule, and Norse cultures, each with its own exhibits and interpretation. Qaqortoq Museum is housed in the town's oldest building, a black-tarred colonial administrator's building. Harpoons, kayaks, and an authentic replica of a peat hut are among the artifacts that particularly well depict Norse history. A replica of a umiak, a traditional Greenland boat, is also featured. The exquisitely reconstructed Blue Room and Red Room, where the explorer Knud Rasmussen and the aviator Charles Lindbergh, respectively, stayed, are located on the top level. There is an old turf hut outside, so you get to see how Greenlanders lived before the Danes decided to modernize Greenland in the 50s. Number 3. Uunartoq Hot Springs. Although there are hot springs all around Greenland, the ones on the isolated island of Uunartoq have the ideal temperature for bathing. You can immerse yourself in this small pool formed by the fusion of 3 naturally warm springs while being surrounded by icebergs and breathtaking mountain peaks. East Greenland and the Disco Islands both have a number of hot springs, but South Greenland is the only location where the hot springs have been dammed up. The only heated outdoor spa in Greenland is located on an uninhabited island between Qaqortoq and Nanortalik. These hot springs are made up of 3 smaller springs that combine to form a sizable tub. Since the water is always comfortable for soaking in this naturally heated outdoor spa, visitors can come all year long and in any weather. On Disco Island itself, there are literally thousands of springs, and there are also about 100 or so more on the easterly side of Greenland. Number 2. The Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis. If possible, you should not miss the Northern Lights, which are frequently referred to as the biggest light show on Earth, while you are in Greenland. Make sure to travel in the winter if you're planning a trip just to view the Aurora Borealis. The Northern Lights are visible in a dark sky only, and they are year-round. Depending on where you are in Greenland, the ideal time to see them is from the end of September until March or April. During the winter, there are guided tours to see the Northern Lights in Qaqortoq, Sermermiut, and Ilulissat. Greenland trips to see the Northern Lights have grown in popularity recently. You may take a non-stop flight from Copenhagen, Denmark to Qaqortoq, where you can frequently see the Northern Lights. Throughout Greenland, one can see the Northern Lights. The best views are seen in Qaqortoq, south, Qaqortoq east, and Qaqortoq, west. Number 1. Nuuk and the Greenland National Museum. With a population of about 16,000, Nuuk, Greenland's capital and administrative center, is very well liked by tourists because of the Greenland National Museum. Its collections of kayaks, carvings, hunting gear, and Viking artifacts provide a vivid picture of life here from the town's earliest times. Some of the facial tattoos and color variations of the clothing material are still visible on the 500-year-old mummies of women and children. which were discovered in 1978. Regular geology and artistic displays are also held in the museum. The Fjord, one of Greenland's most picturesque places, can be seen on trips that leave from Nuuk, and the atmospheric buildings of the old colonial harbor definitely worth visiting. If you love similar content like this, take a look at my other videos. And if you like it, please smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you have further questions, feel free to comment down below. See you in the next video.